Here, canned coffee. Thanks. We popped our cans open. Yuka gulped hers down in satisfaction. As if she had just gotten out of the bath, Yuka had her hand on her hip and gulped down the canned coffee in one go. She was always decked out in frills, but what shows through occasionally was Yuka's true personality. And then, while holding her cans of coffee, she walked out to the beach before us. This is a beautiful place, isn't it? Yeah, the salt air feels good. There's no one around. Hi, Miko. It's amazing that you knew of this place. Yeah. Though I have no clue where this is. Come again? No, exactly as the words mean. Wait a second. Why is it that you, the one who was driving, have no clue? Let's say I was driving around whenever I felt right and we just came here by chance. Do you mean all this time you've been driving just wherever whim took you? Well, something like that. I don't believe this. And I'm worried about whether we'll be able to get back. But the fact that I went along this driving for a whole day, I don't believe myself. No, we'll manage, probably. And then we spread out some newspaper on the beach and started to eat the lunch we brought at a convenience store along the way. To be honest, bringing our own lunches would have fit better, but both of our best dishes, hard-boiled eggs, couldn't be called extravagant. At the least, we should have brought a sheet. But you know, Kimiko, what is it? If you don't have a navigation system, at least get yourself a map. But you know, I like this carefree feel too. Well, then at least stop with that look. Huh? But why? I like work overalls. No, because sitting next to you makes me feel embarrassed. Psh, but it's functional, you know? Instead of function, put form first. While we chatted, the two of us continued to eat our lunches. Pines swayed in the salt breeze, and the large phoenix palm stood tall. Occasionally, seagulls came near. Though it was such an utterly perfect place. How should I say, the image of the newspaper mats, Yuki's frilly clothing, my work overalls. It was also out of place, it was laughable. Say, let's come again next week. No. Wow, instantly rejected. Well, isn't it sad that each and every week it's only two girls going out together for drives? Well, this is a car for two people after all. That's not the problem, is it? Now, let's just say we're partners in loneliness. It hurts to admit this, but I have no counter. Around when the sun that had been so high was hazing over and everything that could be seen was dyed orange. Once again, the car drove on. We had played at the beach and now took up a quick route home. Today had been a fun day. While thinking that, I gripped the wheel. But lately you haven't been going, right? Church. Huh? Chihiro-chan was grumbling about it, you know. Lately, Oni-chan just won't come, she said. Say, once in a while, why don't you show your face? It's fine. And didn't I say before, that from the start, I was a fake Catholic? That's why, it's fine. Himeko? So it's decided that next week we're going for a drive again, right? Ah, and this time, why don't we bring lunches? And let's shoot for getting farther than today. Yuka sighed. Fine, I get it. There's just no helping you, so I'll come along. Thank you! Just like a best friend. And 1 week later, the church was filling with people headed to Sunday school. It was around the time set last week when the roadster was supposed to head towards the sea. My figure was found atop a hospital bed. Here, Oni-chan, the apple's peeled. Thank you. You eat too. You like them, don't you? Yeah. A brief knock and the door opened. Phew, so heavy. Himiko, look, I brought them for you. Sorry, but the shop downstairs didn't sell those magazines. I don't really mind, but next time could you make them lighter books? And stop with the books for obsessed mechanics, okay? Taking them to the register was embarrassing. I think Motorcyclist and American Car Magazine are perfectly normal magazines. Well, to me they aren't. Now, the two of you. This is a shared room, so you shouldn't be so rowdy. Ah, that's right, sorry. Two people who came to visit me. Nothing need to be said about Chihiro, but even looking like this, Yuka had been the first to rush over. Even before, when I'd be in bed with a cold, complaining all the while, she'd be at my side, taking care of me. She wasn't the most true to herself, but really, she was very kind. That was my best friend. And that friend was hungrily eating. It's delicious, isn't it? This melon. Hey, you're the one that's visiting. Don't gobble it all up. Why not? There's plenty. But yeah, when I suddenly heard that you were admitted into the hospital, I was surprised. Yes, I was surprised too, Oni-chan. And yet, when I rushed over to see, I was so lively. What a disappointment. Hey, you shouldn't be saying that. But everyone was making that kind of face. Speaking of which, Chihiro-chan, what about everyone else? Yeah, lots of people from the company came. They left just before. By the way, the only person to come empty-handed was you. Quiet, you! I bought those weird books for you, didn't I? That was an errand that I most definitely gave you the money for. You can't really call it a visiting gift, can you? Anyways, with the little details. But you know, it really is a happy thing. To have even people that you see every day come like this to visit. And Himiko, they bring you melons too. Ah well, maybe once in a while, being sick isn't so bad.